10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, guys, and welcome to another stream on the Premier League review, where we will be focusing on the mighty Reds destroying West Ham United, as well as talking about what happened to Manchester United, Spurs, and all the other Premier League teams involved. So I hope you're doing well. Don't forget, if you're just joining us now, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, all the usual stuff. Now I want to get stuck straight in today because I'm starving. Hi everybody in the chat. Hope you're doing well. And we got a lot to cover. Don't forget as well, if someone is beating me, Twist and Simple As, then I will be giving away to one person that personalized Nottingham Forest water bottle with the name and number of your choice. So let's get into it and let's bring in Simple As and Twist of Fate, and of course our leaderboard. How are you two doing?
All good.
Good. Yeah. In the chat, can you let me know if you can hear these two okay? Because I've had some tweaks done to my audio settings, and I just want to make sure all is well. We'll jump straight into it. I want to get through the crappy matches quickly so we can talk about Forest. So should we jump straight into it, and we'll look at everyone's predictions as well. Okay, Brinley says he can hear. Adam says he can hear. That's good. That's good. That's good. Ryan says I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in very big trouble. Man U fan. All right. Villa against Everton. I did actually watch this. Pretty boring match, to be honest. But I plumbed it. Bang on. 2-1 to Villa. Did you guys catch it?
I caught the game, yeah, but it feels like such a long time ago now. But
I thought it was a Friday game looking back at it. It's not.
Yeah. It went as expected for me, to be honest. I mean, Villa dominated the game. They had the most chances. Everton, again, looked toothless with their no striking options. They played some good football. I think I still have worries about not worries, but just their need. I still think they got Ings up front, which he's got a lovely goal, to be honest. Watkins, I'm not sure about, but I think it's a comfortable win. Everton, they still need to make some signings. They're still looking weak up front. This week I'm hearing that Chelsea going in for Gordon, which I'm not sure why he's like the next best thing. I haven't seen much from him in his...
I mean, if you thought MG Dub was expensive, man, what the hell's this Gordon guy about, man?
I think he actually rejected the bid today, 45 mil from Chelsea. Yeah.
It's absolutely stupid.
Yeah, I think this one was expected. I went 2-0 and there's a late own goal that screwed me, so I'm not happy about that, but whatever.
What about you, from the Everton side of things? Are they in trouble?
Oh, it looks that way, doesn't it? I mean, I thought Villa were in a bit of trouble after, what was it, they lost to Bournemouth, was it, on the first day?
2-0, yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought Everton did okay against Chelsea. I mean, if you consider how well Chelsea played and dominated Spurs, unfortunately, and then Everton didn't do too bad on them first. So I still think they'll be okay if they're able to box it, well, keep out Chelsea only with a penalty.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like there's something missing for me from that Everton team. Obviously, it's a striker, but there's just like a disconnect. And the only player I was impressed with from their side was Onana when he came on. Even though he messed up for the second goal, he looked a bit of a beast. And we've got him this weekend, so that's why I watched that game, kind of do my due diligence on them. Defensively, they didn't look great. I think we can get in behind him. Connor Cody doesn't look at all good. I think Forest, looking ahead, I mean, we'll save it for the preview of week 3. I'm not that worried about Everton. It's more the atmosphere at Goodison that will bug me, but I think Everton could be in trouble. Huh?
There seems to be more teams adopting the back three. Everton a back three as well, aren't they? I mean, you're going to be going against them. I don't know how that's going to work with back three versus back three, but it seems to be the new flavour of the year.
Yeah, well, I'm worried about our back three because Niakata might be out with a hammy. So we'll see. But yeah, overall, Villa deserved to win 2-1 to Everton. I got it absolutely spot on. Let's see how everyone else did. So we had a lot of exacts. Red Dog, Red Raz, RB, Southpaw, and Bids and myself all got it exactly right. Twist, you went 2-0 to Villa. Oh, you got screwed by
Dignity, man. I mean, what
Genie
is he
scoring.
doing, man? Just connect the ball and he clears off the line. That is ridiculous.
Quite a lot of 2-0s. So you all got 1.5 points. Hong Kong Fui, Twist, Constantine, Bentner, Nathan, NFFC 2022. So quite close. These guys, sorry, went 1-0. And then those who just got a point would be... where are you, Simple As? Don't tell me you went Everton. You went a draw.
You nearly got it late. That Gordon guy did have a chance.
I just thought Villa weren't that impressive the first match,
But that's why they had to come back out. So, Did anyone go and Everton win? Yes, a couple did. Views went Everton 2-0. Jolly Ollie went 2-1 to Everton. Adam went 2-1 to Everton. And Forfar went 2-1 to Everton. So it was a bit more split than I thought it would be. For me, it looked like a banker Villa win. And obviously I was right. So that's the Everton Villa match. Don't want to linger on too long about that. We will cover them in depth this week on the channel, obviously, as Forest are playing them next. The next game that came up was Arsenal against Leicester. And this was quite an interesting match. And for my 2 cents on this, I thought Arsenal showed a little bit of steel. I know that sounds weird, but they were... Usually you'd expect... Arsenal went 2-0 up. They were completely comfortable. But then when Leicester went 2-1, I was like, okay, let's see what Arsenal are going to do here. Are they going to do an Arsenal and crack and end up either drawing or losing the game? But it was like a FIFA match, man. They just went and got a kickoff boost, 3-1 up. Leicester second goal was really bad goalkeeping by Ramsdale. But again, another FIFA-style kickoff boost, and 4-2 it was. Gabriel's first goal looks good when you're watching it in real time. It did take a little deflection. I won't discredit him because he had a great game. But my concern with Jesus is he scores the hard ones and he misses some absolute sitters. He had an open goal in the second half on his weaker left foot and just absolutely sliced it wide. Is he the real deal? Twist, I'm going to come to you because I know you love him.
I do love him, and I did say he's going to score a hat-trick in this game, and he should have scored a first-half hat-trick. Yeah, he could have had 4 or 5. He should have scored a first-half hat-trick, so I was nearly right on that. But like I said, he missed one in the second half late on with his left foot. But I still think, I mean, if there wasn't Haaland in this division, and if I could say now that Haaland's going to be injured for a bit, I would put money on Jesus being the top Premier League goal scorer. That's how much I rate him. And he's just given
ahead of Nunes.
Ahead of Nunes, definitely. So this seems going to miss 3 games. Now, I put Jesus is the difference maker for them this year. This is a kind of game last year I could have easily seen Arsenal drawing or even losing.
Yeah.
Their heads might have gone down. Like you said, they got instant reaction after conceding both goals, which did sort them out. Might be lucky, but that did give them the impetus up front. Jesus was a menace the whole game, so he's going to be the difference maker this year for them. So,
are they done, do you think? I'll come to you, Simple As. I know you hate Arsenal. But are they done in terms of the transfer window? Do you think they need 1 or 2 more still?
For me?
Yeah.
I think they're done. I think internally they'll think they're done. They've got their striker. They've got Martinelli and Saka either side of the wing, pace, assists for Jesus, and Odegaard a nice cam. I mean, and they've brought in Saliba. He's looking good. I know he scored the own goal, but I mean that can happen to anyone. And I think the crowd are all behind them as well. I think the fans are happy with the team as it stands as well right now. Even when he scored the own goal, I saw the dumb Arsenal fans cheering his name and getting behind him, and that's probably helped them to just do their kick-off boost style, return goals immediately. So, yeah, I think they're done. I think they're a threat. They're annoying me already, but still think Spurs are slightly stronger.
I would say they still need another striker because yeah, or at least someone who's going to push Jesus because what's his face Nketiah is crap, and he's the backup they're depending on.
That's true. If Jesus gets injured, then they could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so the
feel like
question
they're
was,
too thin. They're too thin there.
you asked me if you think they're done. I think they're done, but yeah, you're right. They need another backup striker. But
And there's still the Tillman talk going on. I've heard from a few people I've spoken to that they're looking to maybe pick him up in January in terms of approaching for a contract in the last 6 months. So they may be done officially, but I think they're a striker shy. I do. What about Leicester? That's the 1 point from 2 games. That's from a winning position in the first game, 2-0 up against Brentford, throwing it away. What do we think?
I mean, they scored goals there. I give them credit, scored 2 goals in each game. They looked a bit of a threat. I mean, there was a dodgy penalty that they nearly had. Well, it was given, wasn't it? And then it was overturned. I mean, they're still linked to Vardy to Man Utd, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that one. But I think they'll be all right. I think they'll probably be bottom half of the Premier League this season, if I'm honest.
The keeper looks shaky, man. The keeper looked crap, so you can tell they're already missing Schmeichel.
Yeah. That one confused me. I don't know why he went to Nice. I'm not really sure what the motivation was there.
But let's have a look at the results.
Southampton's probably a lot nicer than Leicester, I guess. And they're probably paying nice. Yeah,
So, Sway FC, bang on 4-2. GG's. Can't believe anyone went for a 4-2 there. Got a lot of nearlies. Red Dog went 3-2 to Arsenal. 3-1s from Forfar, Red Raz, Jolly Ollie, and Sweaty Palms. Myself and Furqan, and you, Simple As, and Zeus. Twist went 3-0 to Arsenal. And quite a lot went 3-0. Benter and NFC 2022. Did anyone go with a Leicester win? No, but there was a few draws here from Southport Red went 1-1 and Jono went 1-1 and the Walking Boom as well went 2-2. Ryan saying that I'm just too good. Well, shame your team isn't. But that was Leicester. Then there was a few boring matches. Just want to run through these quickly. I mean, how do we need to? Has anyone got any views or cares about Brighton 0, Newcastle 0? I think the only interesting incident was Trippier clearing the ball off the line. That's as exciting as it got.
I think Pope had a bit of a worldie. I think he got man of the match. I think if anyone was going to win, it would have been Brighton. But yeah, as expected, 2 good teams. They're going to be up there. I'll put them both in the top 10, but they'll make on the day.
I think Newcastle, yes. I'm not sure about Brighton. I'm not sure. So we'll have to see how that goes. But it was a boring match. It really was. Let's have a look at the results, see what everyone went. I don't want to linger on this match. There was a lot of draws gone down. Jolly Ollie went 1-1. Red Dog 1-1. Way 1-1. A lot of draws. You two both went 1 apiece.
Damn it,
man. A few more guys got 1 point saying Brighton. Why does it say diff? They missed. These guys didn't put anything in there. And then I got it wrong completely. I thought after seeing Newcastle against the Mighty Reds that this was going to be a Newcastle easy win away from home. But hey, what do I know? So yeah, but there was a lot of people backing Newcastle. I probably guess most of them were Forest fans after we saw what Newcastle did to us. But
so you get a point for not putting a score at all.
If it was a draw, it would default you to 0-0, I guess. But
I have to do that myself.
Let's catch up on the chat. Oh my, just joined Super Brute and picked my results. Guys, if you haven't already and you want to get involved, we do weekly contests and things like that as we go through the season. The link's pinned to the chat above. Hey, we got Mr. World Famous Celeb in the chat. Door on tour. How you doing, bro? Guys, did you see him on Match of the Day? No makeup needed. No makeup needed with those looks.
Hello, Door.
Hope you're well, Door. Ryan went 2-2 on this. Pet Plan and Fish says, use my wild card, brought in the big guns. Did 3 times worse. Jolly Ollie says, just as are you in a tunnel? Am I sounding like I'm in a tunnel? I've had someone tinker with my audio settings. I think they've made it worse. Or do these two sound in a tunnel? For me, they're sounding like they're in the tunnel. I'm going to have to revert back to my old ones. Super excited to speak about the Forest game, says DeCanio. I can't wait to get onto that. That's why I'm rushing through these ones. Let's quickly talk about Man City and Bournemouth, because Forest have got Man City coming up in, I think, on the 31st. Actually, I know it's on the 31st. I'll be at that match. I got this exactly right because I'm smart, and I went 4-0 to Man City. I think it's one of the worst away performances I've seen in a long time from Bournemouth, in terms of they just turned up there to just say, we're going to do what we can to keep it 0-0. As soon as you go 1-0 up, we're still not going to change. We're going to wave the white flag, and we'll just try and stop as many as we can from you as well. So, it was a boring match. I know there was a lot of goals, but it was just one-way traffic, and it was a bit like watching, a training session, really. The goals were good, but once they broke Bournemouth for the first goal, that was it. And Man City are looking pretty damn hot right now.
Can you really blame them, man? This is not the match that's going to keep them in the Premier League. They know on what games they need to focus on.
That's what Parker said after the match, though. He literally said that, this is one of the top 8 ones. And I just think that's a defeatist attitude. I don't think he'd get Coops coming out and saying that. No one we're competing for top 4.
Let's see what happens when Forest play Man City at home.
Well, we've got Spurs next home game. I can't wait. Me versus you, mate.
Game is that Haaland didn't score, and he's got to be pissed about that, to be honest. He could have had a bag full.
He had 4 touches, man. He had 4 touches the whole game.
I think Foden had a easy pass right in the middle when he took a shot.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was pissed at that, man.
If he wants that golden boot, these are the games where you need to be filling your boots up. And he didn't.
Yeah, but it was a routine win. Very easy. Let's have a look at what everyone went. Was anyone else as smart as me and went 4-0 to Man City? Yes, there was. So Furqan went 4-0. Intensify went 4-0. NFFC seems to be scoring a few points here, and Red Dog as well. Maybe he's in for the personalized Forest bottle. We'll have a look. Hong Kong Foot, loads of 4-0s. In fact, more than I expected. You two went 4-0 as well. I didn't even notice that. Full house. If you went 5-1, if you went 5-0, a lot of 4-1s and 3-0s. Now, was anyone dumb enough to go? No one went against Man City. It was the absolute banker. The odds would have been stupidly low on that. All right, come on. We're nearly at the Forest game. Let's get through Southampton and Leeds. And I got to say, Rodrigo's been impressing me so far this season for Leeds. Leeds are doing better than I thought they would do. But again, didn't they go 2-0 up and throw a 2-goal lead away?
Yeah. Walker Phillips, the ex-Spurs boy, scored the equaliser.
Yeah, I think I was saying on Soccer Saturday that I think Southampton changed the formation from a back 3 to a 4 at the back, and that just instantly changed the game, apparently. They got 2 goals pretty quick, turned it around, and they could have won it in the end. So
he's odds on, isn't he, to be sacked first? Ralph.
Is he? What, ahead of Ten Hag?
Just a bit, yeah. Well, you should be worried then, Nick, because haven't Man Utd got him after Liverpool?
Yeah, we got Southampton coming up.
But I don't know. It's like Leeds looked good, and then they just blew it away. It was a bit like the way Leicester did it with Brentford last week. So, I mean, it was still not the greatest game, I've got to admit, but 2 apiece. Let's run through the results quickly. Oh man, Southpaw again, bang on the nose at 2-2. And RB, I got a feeling these guys have had a hot week in the overall tally. Let's find out. What did us 3 do? I went 1-1, so I get myself a close point there. Red Dog went 1-1 as well. Sway went 1-1. Tom went 1 apiece. And DJ went 1 apiece as well. What did you guys do? Twist, you went Southampton to win 2-1. Close but no cigar, mate.
Twist is always going with the home team if he is ever unsure.
They would have wanted to play the back 4 from the start.
Then you got Mo. What did you do? You went 2-1 to Leeds, so you were looking good till quite late then.
I know, unbelievable.
Yeah. But, okay, so loads of people got that one wrong. Not so many scored well on this one, apart from myself, of course, and a couple of others. If you guys haven't joined the Predictor League, the link is tagged. It's completely free to join. Just click on the link in the chat. Make sure you're in so you can get your predictions in for next week. This was the driest game of the lot. Wolves, Fulham. I was watching it scouting my boy MG Dub, and I got bored. So I switched off. I couldn't even tell you if there was any decent chances on it. Do we need to discuss this one?
Yes, we do. Look at that exact points. 0-0, risky. If anyone scores, I'm out. But I went for it.
You went 0-0. Okay.
Me and Jolly, man.
Jolly Ollie as well with the insider track on that. A few 1-0s and a few 2-0s. Nick, where are you here?
I can't remember what I did.
3-1 to Wolves, man.
That's poor from me. I think the only incident in the whole game was Mitrovic missing a penalty. So.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? It was a poor penalty as well. But what did I go? I went 2-1 Wolves. I thought MG Dub might step up and add 10 million onto his price tag. He did not. A lot of 1-0s. Let's see if anyone went Fulham. Red Raz went Fulham. Intensify went Fulham, and a few others went Fulham as well. Dead game. Okay, let's get into the fun of it. The two games I've been most looking forward to talking about.
How many exacts do you think we got on this?
0.
Well, we'll get into the exacts and what have you in a second. Whoa, as my chair collapses. Brentford 4, Manchester United 0. Who do we start with on this one? Oh wait, we have a Man U fan on the panel. Nick?
Do I have to?
Yep.
What can I say, seriously, that hasn't already been said? Everyone's at their pound of flesh this weekend. From Neville saying, blaming it on the owners, to Carragher and Redknapp blaming it on the manager and the players.
Look me in the eyes when I talk to you.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, they're all right. The club is just broken at every level. Nothing works. The recruitment doesn't work. The board doesn't work. The owners doesn't work. The players doesn't work. Even the managers doesn't work at the moment. The only thing they're good at is lowering the expectations. Like I said last week, I didn't believe it was possible to play as bad as we did last season. And they proved me wrong there against Brighton. And then I thought, nah, there's no way they can lower that level. They can't dig any deeper. But they found a way. 4-0 in 45 minutes. If you want to talk about the game, 2 goals. De Gea might as well just turn around and kick the ball in the net twice. I mean, he literally gave them 2-goal lead. And if you're going to give any team a lead early on, it's Man U is going to crack. They're going to feel the pressure. They're weak mentality players. They don't deal with it well. They just crumbled. Just crumbled.
I've got to ask, right? And I know you're not going to tell me the truth. Maybe you will, yeah? Would you put Dean Henderson and swap him out for De Gea tomorrow?
Well, I'm not going to go in on De Gea just because he cost us this game. I mean, he had the guts to come out and say it after the game. But I'm not getting in the Henderson argument. Last season, De Gea was good. Henderson came in previous seasons and a bit last year and didn't do well.
Yeah, but De Gea was... No, I don't think De Gea was good last year. I just think he got a lot of shot practice in, as in saving practice, because your defense is so crap. I mean, it's not like he kept clean sheets last year. He was still conceding goals, but he'd have the Hollywood save a couple of times a match, and that would make the highlights reel.
De Gea for years, though. You've always said he's not good. You've always said, oh, they just shoot straight at him or something stupid like that. Yep, he is a good shot stopper, but there's limits to his games. He's not good at distributing. He's not good at the ball at his feet.
Why was the centre-back taking the goal kick? Like, normally when you see teams playing short off the goal kicks, it's still the goalkeeper who can distribute it out to the centre-backs or maybe the left or the right back. Why would they then, centre-back takes it and then passes it back to the keeper? All that does is speed up the pressure that's going to come onto De Gea, who's got no feet at all. Like,
that's not even the point, man. He had 2... He could have gone back to Martinez. He could have gone outright to Maguire. He could have just punted it long. He saw the guy. He's not blind. He did not see the freaking Brentford guy on the shoulder. And then freaking Ericsson just compounded it by going the side that the player was on his shoulder, which just made it even worse. Look, at the end of the day, there's so many errors made in all these games. What I want to see is just get some of these stonewarts that are not being dropped out of the team. Look, Rashford, again, nothing. Just get Rashford. Next game, I know it's Liverpool. Well, we're going to lose, so why not just take a punt? Get Rashford out. You broke up McTominay and Fred, didn't change anything. Why not drop them both? Get Rashford out, McTominay and Fred out. Shaw, again, cost us on the 4th goal. Get him out. Maguire, get him out. And just, look, give Gardner a game. Give Garnacho a game on the left.
Just stop on that point. I've got to ask you, because I want to keep it Forest related as well. Yeah. Because he didn't start McTominay, yeah, because of the shocker he had against Brighton, yeah. But then he goes and subs him on at half time for, I can't remember who we subbed him off for. I don't know if you, who was it for?
At that point, we was literally doing a freaking Bournemouth and trying to just minimise the damage, I think, at that point. And
but at that stage, Garner's made it clear that he wants to fight for his place in the Man U team. That's what he said over the summer. He wants first team football. He feels like he's done, he's done the graft to earn at least a shot at it. You're 4-0 down at half time. And Ten Hag can't even give Ghana what would end up being a second half of a training session in that Brentford match. And he brings back on McTominay. Yeah, I don't understand the treatment you're doing to this poor kid. I don't know if it's Ten Hag. I don't know if it's the club, yeah. But what is their beef with Ghana?
I don't know. I mean, Ghana's a style of player that you think Ten Hag would like. I mean, he didn't play a lot in pre-season. He was injured, so I'll give him that. He might be just trying to get his fitness up. Look, Gardner either needs to go out on loan to a Premier League team, or Ten Hag needs to just start playing him, because there's no point in him just being on the bench, maybe playing Europa League games every now and again. He's got to do one or the other, go out on loan or give him a chance.
Yeah, but you want to sell him. You've come out and said 14 mil and anyone can have him.
I mean, that just sounds like desperation to me from the board, because they've obviously not got enough money to buy all these players that they want to bring in, even though they don't know who they want to bring in. They're literally just telly-dialing anyone and seeing who's available. And then Gardner's there. I don't know. I just think either give him a chance or let him go on loan.
This is the most pissed off I've heard you sound about Man U in a while. I can hear the frustration in your voice. I just gotta say, in the chat, let me know, because the debate has been fun. Forest fans, I'm talking to my boys here, right? Would you or would you not take Ghana back? I know I put it in the video earlier, but I'm just intrigued by the way the mood is changing towards Ghana. Not in like a negative way, but a lot of fans seem to be looking at Forest saying, we got plenty of cover now in CM. Should we be really splashing out? Let's just pretend Man U's fee is realistic, which it's not. Would you put 14 mil out for Ghana? Let me know what you think, and we'll read through some of those comments. The one other thing I want to ask you about is Martinez. Are you going to finally agree with me? He's a freaking midget that can't play at centre-back.
Well, after 2 games, I'm just going to give up on him. Look, I'm not worried about Martinez. Martinez is the least of our worries, to be honest, because what he's good at is technically he's good on the ball and he's a good passer. So worst case scenario, he doesn't work out at centre-back, fine, we'll shove him at left-back or shove him midfield. He's better than Walker at midfield and left-back. So I'm not worried about that long-term. I think he'll be fine. If he doesn't play centre-back, he doesn't play centre-back. Is he too short for the Premier League? Maybe he is. But the fact that he's good at other stuff and he can play in other positions, that is the least of our worries.
No, because you brought him in as a centre-back. You paid over the odds. What was it, 55 mil?
Yeah.
So you literally paid 1.1 mil per inch the guy has, right?
Well, let's break it down. What did he actually do? He cost us maybe the 3rd goal, but then Maguire...
He's not physical enough, man. He's not physical enough.
Yeah, but... What? It's just because of 1 goal? You're going to just...
And I'll tell you the other thing I'll add to that. I saw all these stats about he's the greatest header of a ball in the Dutch league. He'll be fine. He'll be like a Cannavaro, a Puyol, and all this, yeah? Within 2 games, he's been found out. The point I'm making to you is that all of Brentford's balls were long balls into their right-hand channel, targeting him. Even if he won the odd one, the second ball was being picked up by then. So...
Well, that's more of a Ten Hag issue then. If he should have maybe played with Varane instead. I mean, for me, the preferred centre-back pairing right now, I'd go Varane and Bailly and just play them 2. Because Bailly's been playing well in pre-season. If he's not going to sell him, just give him a shot and then move Martinez into midfield or left-back. I mean, why not?
Okay.
Nothing else working. Might as well try rolling the dice.
Before I come to simple as, just before I jump to you, let me catch up some of these comments. I'm interested what the Forest fans are going to say about Ghana. So Jolly Ollie says, what a shocker. And I still think Man U are in trouble. History can repeat itself. I would give anything for Man U to get relegated this. Oh my God. Omai says, imagine if the Man U board. Oh, that's just gone off my screen. Imagine if the Man U board. It keeps scrolling up. You guys are typing too fast. Imagine if Man U board listened to Ragnick on the transfers he had suggested. Yeah, I mean, I had Nkuku, I had Lema, a couple of decent players from the German league. It's weird how they got rid of him. Nosey says Man U were 4-0 down. What are they going to do? What are they going to learn from bringing on McTominay on? Might as well go for Ghana. Nosey, that's exactly my point. It's a training session that second half. They should have tested him out. And that tells you where Ten Hag thinks or has Ghana in his plans. Josh says, not many players want to play in the UEFA, the Europa League. Man U want respected names, but those respected names don't want Man U. And I can't believe that, and Josh, you're right, that it's like 10, 15 years ago. The name Man U is usually enough. Not anymore. Nosey says yes to Ghana. Jolly Ollie says, Man U look disjointed, there's no togetherness, lack of idea mixed with toxicity. The toxicity is rife in that club. Omai says, I love Jimmy, but he's not as good as the players we have brought in. It's the old don't fall in love with a lone player. Very good point. The main reason I still want Jimmy is because he's got more height than the rest of our midfield. We've only got Yates, guys, who has any height in our front six. So Jimmy would be a good option. And Ozzy says, hi Wolverine, hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic, bro. And then let's switch over to this page. The Eastern's Red says, he can be the future of Forest because we've brought in some older midfielders and he can play in a 10 box to box and a holding. I agree with that in terms of looking ahead for Forest. Like Cooper could speak to him and say, you may not get too much game time this season, but looking ahead, because you're right, Kyoto's 32 years old, Freuler's 30, so there's an option there. I don't see him as a 10 though. I see him more as a box to box or a holder. James says, Man U in big trouble. No characters in the team, no leaders, just moaners. They need to get rid and go down the Brentford Forest route right off the next 5 years. Otherwise, you're going down.
5 years?
5 years? It could take you longer. Liverpool didn't win anything for 30 years. Bob Jones says 1.1 mil per inch. LOL. That's pretty accurate. Omai says, putting Martinez up against Tony was a bad idea. They have a 4-time CL winner. Use him for fuck's sake. I mean... before we carry on the chat, Nick, why is Varane in ahead of Maguire? Maguire in ahead of Varane, should I say?
I don't know. It is a bit strange. I don't know whether Maguire's got something in his contract where he's got to freaking play every game or something, and they got to pay him a load of money if he doesn't. It just boggles my mind. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You've got to get some of these stonewalls that are just in every week out of the team. Just give someone else a chance. Get Maguire out. Get Rashford out. They're not doing it.
Bruno needs to go out as well. I'm not hearing much about Bruno being dropped. He's just moaning and doing nothing. But anyway, we could go on for Man U forever. That's not the point of this. Let me just catch up on the other couple of messages. James says, Jolly Ollie says, overrated players, overpriced, and sadly over here. James says, Martinez is not a CM. I bet he's having nightmares right now. And then Ryan, I'm interested in Ryan's opinion with his Man U emblem. Martinez was great. It was shit positioning on the corner. It was so bad by our set piece couch. I think he means coach. What was he thinking having the smallest person on the back post? James says, yes, I'd have Garner back as he's not finished product yet. And in 3 years, he'll be a master CM. JP says, bring Jimmy home for future reasons. Let Cooper work his magic on him. I agree with that. And then Pets Plants, how you doing, bro? Says, I fit wasn't Man United. They defo be considered candidates for the drop. I'd love it. I'd love it if that happened. Pat, how you doing? Pat is a member, of course. Thank you for still being a member, bro. Says, United, rotten to the core. And then Pet says, Garner said he wants to play in the number 6 role. Yeah, that's why I don't think he's a number 10. Bruno is garbage. Simple as, you want to have a quick 30 seconds to a minute on your thoughts on Man U?
Oh yeah, I think there's some sort of player power thing going on there because so many managers have come across now, they're not able to drop these certain people in the core of the team for some reason, even though they're crap. Why is Varane not on the pitch? The guy's won the Champions League like, 3 or 4 times? Get him on. What else was I going to say? It's hilarious now because if I was someone like Dion, I'm looking at the scores, 4-0 against Brentford, who? That's what he's going to be thinking. There's no chance they're signing any decent people now. This season... Hey,
they're getting Rabiot, mate. They're getting Rabiot.
This season's a write-off already for Man U. I don't think they're getting anyone good. They're in the Europa League. They probably won't qualify next year, I think. What else can I say? I forgot now, but basically...
that will do. We spent long enough.
I think they have to rebuild, man. I think they have to just... it's like the comments said, they're just going to have to buy some less known players and build up with Ten Hag.
I'll finish off with this. As much as I hate them, and I hate them, I've got them par with Derby. I don't think they'll go down. I'd love it if they go down. I think they will turn it around, Nick, just to give you some hope. But I'm interested to see what panic buys they do. over the next.
That was my last point. They've got Liverpool next as well, which is hilarious.
Yeah, but we'll talk about Liverpool in a minute because that's interesting in itself. Let's have a look through the score predictions and have a look at who went what. Now, I, of course, backed Brentford to beat them, and I was right. And a lot of you guys are right as well. No one got the actual score correct.
Wow, a lot of people went Brentford.
Yeah. Hong Kong Fui, GG's, Red Raz, GG's, Red Dog, GG's. A lot of you guys, we all got 1 point there. Jolly Ollie as well, RB as well. Southpaw Red went 2-1. A couple of you went the draw. Bid went 1-1. Simple as you went 1-1. What were you thinking? And Mini Cooper went 1-1. Let's have a look down here and we will find Twist of Fate right at the bottom of it.
Sheer hope that
Heart overruled the head there, Nick.
100%.
Bentner went 2-1 to Man U. Zoe went 2-1 as well. A few other guys. Intensify went 2-0. Nathan went 1-0. Guys, let's see what you put. I can't wait for the preview on Thursday when we've got the Liverpool Man U game to predict. All right, let's move on to the biggest game of the weekend. And what a game it was. What an atmosphere it was. What a result it was. Let's just give you guys some facts. Like the stream, firstly, if you are happy with the result against West Ham. Firstly, West Ham, I don't know if someone's cut out their voice box or what's happened, but there's just an air of silence. From the few that are talking, there you go, to Canio, you're alright, bro, you're still around. From the few that are still talking, let me run you through the excuses I've heard so far. Excuse number 1. And yes, I am not lying when I say this. They were complaining that the West Ham team were playing in a black kit in the hot day, which they believe added 5 degrees of heat to the West Ham players, which they believe knackered them out quicker than the Forest players did because they went with a black kit when they had an option they could have played with a white kit. I have never heard an excuse like that in my goddamn life. How low have West Ham sunk? Let's continue. They are blaming the ref for nearly everything. I heard someone come out and say, Forest beat us to to Lingard, but I didn't realize that they signed the ref with them in that deal as well. What did the ref do wrong? I have no idea what they're up in arms about. The other excuses were that I'd probably give them this. They weren't expecting the noise in the atmosphere to be like it was. And then the third one was they said it was from above and God just didn't want them to win. Who knows? There was so many other excuses flying around. It was hilarious to watch. They said they were a bigger club than us. We proved them wrong. They said that they were a better team than us. We proved them wrong. Here's the little fact for you guys. If you add up West Ham, Man U and Liverpool's points tally all together, they still wouldn't overtake Forest. You Reds indeed. Look at that, Pat. Put the spam that Owoni emoji in because our boy scored the goal. Now, for you Forest fans, I'm not going to let you off the hook because I know there was a few of you who were doubting Owoni. What a performance he had in that match. It was brilliant. 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 Not just him, but all of them. I'm on my soapbox here. I'm going to calm down and stop. But what a game it was. If you haven't seen the game, where were you? I've done a highlights video of the stream, which was just... I'll tell you what, guys, joking aside, it felt like I was watching the Sheffield United game again. And this is only game 2 of the Premier League. Oh, God, what an afternoon it was. Anyway, Forest 1, West Ham 0. Forest are now 3 points off the top of the Premier League. A deserved win. But let's see if we can get a neutral opinion on it. Let's start with you, Simple As. How did you find the game?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I gave it to West Ham originally, but fair play to Forest. And you know what? I've seen West Ham fans complaining all over online, and I just don't get it. First of all, the foul by Antonio was a clear foul.
It was like that, wasn't it? It was like that with the hands up.
He just absolutely shoved him, and he possibly could have got back to block the shot. I didn't understand. And even on Match of the Day, they were saying, he probably wouldn't have got back. He could have easily got back to the centre of the box and blocked the shot.
Do you know what the West Ham fans are saying on that? They were like, yeah, but it wasn't clear and obvious.
Clear and obvious? It was like
they were like, it was a foul, we'll give you that, but it wasn't clear and obvious for VAR to
I'm
overturn.
not having it. And then the other one, and then with the defender getting, they wanted a red card, but Dean Henderson was right there. He would have caught it. He would have saved it as well. It's a yellow for me as well. I don't see how in any way they got screwed by the ref. Fair and square win. It was a little bit of a lucky bobble goal, but you get those. So
Do you mean
we'll take it.
Lingard blagged like he was going to shoot? He saw Owoni open. The blag of his shot made Fabianski dive. And then Owoni, with that knee, just guided him beautifully on purpose.
Into the ball. He literally just ran into the ball, bounced off his shin.
Hey. As a striker, you got to be in the right place to score the goals. Doesn't matter how it goes in, as long as it goes in. You can't say nothing, Nick. You haven't had not even a striker. Your top goal scorer this season is own goals. So shut up.
No, I didn't say anything. The goal was lucky. You can't deny that. But I'll be honest here. It was night and day compared to last week against Newcastle.
Yeah.
They actually showed impetus to go forward. The wing backs were putting in good balls. First half an hour, Wani looked like a threat in the air. Lingard had some good touches, but I would have wanted a bit more from him. Overall, I think, did you right to look at time? Yes, they hit the crossbar and bar a couple of times, disallowed goal. The day Brighton put that in as a penalty, and it might be a completely different game at 1-1. But you need that. You need that as a promoted team. You need that little bit of luck on the first home game. Crowd are behind them. West Ham didn't cope with it well. You got the goal, however it went in, and you held on for the win. So, fair play.
Crowd were apparently electric, man. Like the roof was going to blow off if there was one there.
Yeah, a lot of these guys were at the game. The goal, I saw a video. Someone who lives in Nottingham, over, I think about 3/4 of a mile away. And when Mullov Kintar came out, he could hear it in his garden. That's how loud it was. It was crazy. The crowd was out just on another level. And it's going to be like that every game this season. We got you next, Mo, so good luck when Spurs come knocking. Let me just catch up with a couple of these messages, especially as we got DeCanio in here. Who is actually banter-wise, he's fun to banter with about West Ham. He's saying, we were massively unlucky. He's on that bandwagon. I take back what I just said.
He's probably talking about the crossbar on the post.
All right, the crossbar on the post.
They're not even on target, man.
Thank you. Literally what I was going to say. A shot at the crossbar doesn't count as a shot on target.
Remember last year when we were 3-0 up against West Ham and then they scored a lucky last-minute crossbar and in. You get it. You win something, you lose something.
Yeah. He is saying, though, and I'll give him kudos on this, Antonio did foul Mangala. Thank you. It's good to hear an honest West Ham. They're very rare these days. DJ says, we're Nottingham Forest. We sign who we want. Indeed. J-Links. I can nearly do it now. My arm's a little better. Omai says, big up the West Ham fans who praised our fans and atmosphere. I mean, I don't know where you found them, Omai. They haven't come by my inbox. Pat with the spamming of the Owani fingers up there. Love it. Owani is some unit, says JP. James says, Owani was immense. Imagine what he's going to be like when he's settled in. Yep. And imagine what Lingard's going to be like when he gets back up to full sharpness as well. Ryan saying J-Lings carried. Of course, he did not carry. He was probably one of the weaker performers, but still played well. Pat saying should have been J-Lings, to be fair. That would have been the icing on the cake. That would have been the absolute icing on the cake. Mangala was... Kenya saying Mangala was closest, so it was 100% a foul. It was a foul. Jolly Ollie says, we Forest are getting a lot of love from fellow football fans all over. The love will... I'll tell you what's going to happen, Ollie. The love is going to participate and they're going to start getting salty again once they see Forest pushing for that top four. Pat says perfection.
Dissipate.
What?
Go on.
DeCania saying, I can't believe he got credited with the assist. Of course he did. Of course it counted. I mean, an assist is an assist and a goal is a goal. DJ says Antonio thinks he was playing NFL. I think he still thought, I said it on the stream, he was wearing red and he was trying to help us out there. Oh, it's the Spurs boy, Wolverine. Ref was good mostly. They should have been red instead of yellow. FA rules say that deliberate handball to prevent a shot to the goal, into the goal is a red. The ref gave him a yellow after checking VAR. What's done is done, and I'd be careful, bro, because you're coming next to the city ground. Good luck to you, Aditya. Spurs boy, I'm going to call you. And then finally, Ollie says, I played grid one time. I would have been proud. I played grid one time. I would have been proud of that tackle. It was an impressive tackle. And Mangala's no pushover as well. All right, so 1-0 to the Forest. We've all had our say on it. I've done a player rating video. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out. And I put together a highlights reel of the match as well. Turn the volume down if you do watch that. There's a lot of shouting. Let's run through and see who was smart enough to back Forest and who was dumb enough to go against them. So, Nathan, these are the 1-0ers. These are the exacts. Nathan went 1-0, Tom went 1-0, Third High went 1-0, NFC 2022 went 1-0, and Sweaty Palms, Southpaw, and Leo. GG's, boys. I salute you. Result correct. These were the 2-1s. We had Hong Kong Fooey, RB, Red Raz, DJ went 2-1, Lovely Jubbly went 2-1, The Walking Boom 2-1. These are all Forest fans, you can tell. And then you had Red Dog, me, and Minnie Cooper going 2-0 to Forest. Now, it should have been 2-0. Brennan Johnson was so unlucky. And let's go have a look at the idiots. And I swear to God, if I see any NFFCs in this, I'm going to be really annoyed. Fourth hour went 1-1 with Forest. Tyler went West Ham to win. So did Simple As at 2-0. And so did Twist of Fate. As well as, these are all the Discord boys, aren't they? Going 3-0 idiots. Guys, you've learnt your lesson. Forest have got Everton next. I can't wait on Thursday to see what your prediction will be. All right, so we got 2 more games to go through. Then we're going to have a look at the leaderboard. And we will be giving a prize out if someone has beaten the 3 of us today. So let's go have a quick look at Chelsea Tottenham. All right, Simple As, we'll hand this one over to you and see what crap you come up with. And I won't shake your hand at the end of it.
Yeah, we absolutely smashed them. Easy draw. To be honest, I said it in the previous show, like, this is what I expected. Stamford Bridge, we are just clueless there generally. We always lose. We've only won there once. But to be honest, and to be fair to Spurs, we did stick in there, you know. The referee stuck in there with us as well, good lad. And we managed to fight off a draw that we never usually would have got last year. So it's feisty, but we managed to claw back in. And the difference was Richarlison. As soon as Richarlison came on, he brought that energy. We started pushing, we're getting through balls through, in and behind their defence. Yeah, so it was a really good result. I'll take it all day. 2-2 at Stamford Bridge.
Romero, red card or not?
We'll beat them at home. What was that?
Romero, red card or not?
Oh, definitely not. Well, his hair got in the way. He was just trying to make...
It's not in the rules. There's no rule saying you can't pull someone's hair, so...
Yeah, the referee's bold, so, you know, he doesn't know what that feels like, so that's probably why he didn't see it, so...
Yeah, but there is a rule called violent conduct.
Yeah, it was seen by VAR that it wasn't a red card, so, you know, even if they thought it was a yellow, I don't think they could do anything about it.
They can't change it to a... They can't give a foul with VAR, in my understanding of it.
What was the referee looking at then? He was looking directly at it, and he either just ignored it completely.
He's probably just admiring that hair, wasn't he?
I don't think he was looking at it. Everyone says he was looking at it. He was looking in that general direction, but he's obviously probably looking for the ball and where's people running around. But if you see the corner, finally we have someone that can actually cross the ball.
Was that Perisic taking him?
Right in the middle, and 4 Spurs players were there ready to put it in, and we usually can't even clear the first man on the corner. So
why is he not starting games, though? Why is he not starting these games?
I don't know why Spence is not starting, because Emerson...
Can we talk about Spence for a sec? Was he not even on the bench this game?
I think he was on the bench, but he didn't come on. Like, I think Basuma should be starting, Spence should be starting, and Perisic should be starting. I trust Conte. I guess he's just biding, you know, his time with them and keeping fitness levels high. And you know, we move on. 2-2, I'll take it all day.
And we got to talk about...
Chelsea were much improved. They're still missing that striker.
If they had a striker, they would have beat you comfortably.
They had a striker, yeah.
I mean, they played Sterling down the middle in most of that game. I mean, they're just desperate for a striker. And you see him coming out for bids with Gordon and stuff like that. I don't know why they're not...
But Gordon's not even a number 9, in my eyes.
Even Vardy would do, man. Even Vardy would score.
They've got millions that they've got available to spend because they didn't spend in previous transfer windows. Then they're just slapping all this money around. So why don't they just slap 100 million and go sign someone like a Martinez or someone like that?
I'm telling you now, Chelsea and Ronaldo, it's going to happen. Depends if they get Aubameyang or not. But I just see Ronaldo slotting in right there.
I'd love Aubameyang to go. Another virus.
Yeah, Tuchel thinks he's got this.
Sterling was like literally about 10 yards out. I thought it was a guaranteed goal. Hoofs it over the bar. I was loving it.
I mean, we all said that Chelsea are not going to get that top 4 spot, but they did look strong. Yeah. They were a lot better than Spurs. They passed the ball a lot better. They just looked generally a better team on the day. If they get a few more a few more players, I feel like we might all be wrong about that top 4 for Chelsea.
But if they don't, but remember, we said when we were doing the predictions based on what they've got, and we were right. Because they look like at a lower level. They look how Man City play with a false 9. Man City did it much better, obviously could win the league with it. At the moment, Chelsea can't play the false 9. They need a striker. Before we get into the manager stuff, let me just catch up with a couple of the messages in the chat. DJ says, yes, West Ham won the crossbar challenge. That's true. Omai says, is there a link for Discord? Yeah, it's in the description, I think. DJ saying Lampard to be first for the sack. I reckon it's going to be Ten Hag. Ollie says, great matchup. Let them get on with that. The scrap, LOL. Yeah, we'll talk about the scrap in a second. And he's saying the hair pulling was violence. Pat saying, passionate managers. That's what it's all about. Loved it. JP saying, Spence wasn't even in the matchday squad. That's just disrespectful. It just reminds me of how Man U are treating Ghana. What's the point in signing him?
He'll be there. It just needs some time.
Emerson Royale's crap, man.
He'll be in the first team. It's just give him some time.
DJ says, I saw many VAR decisions that was clear and obvious this weekend that they just ignored. Can't understand why we bother with it. VAR is weird, and us as Forest fans are going to have to get up to speed that there's now something else that's going to screw us over, like we don't have enough in the season to be screwed by. Brinley's saying, do you think Forest will switch to a back 4? I do. I think with the signings we've made, that it's smelling like a 4-3-3 to me, but we'll see how it goes. And Omai says, I see Spence going out on loan again. That would be that. I don't think Spence would do that. I don't think he would do it. Okay, so very quickly, let's touch on the whole handbags at the end with the managers. How did you guys see it?
I love it. I love that. It adds to the game. I mean, they've done it before at Stamford Bridge. Tuchel and Conte, neither of them wanted to back down. Tuchel obviously wanted a bit of eye contact at the end there, and Conte wasn't offering it. I love it. I love when he runs down the pitch and he aggravates one from the first celebration, and they go and do it back the other way, do the same things. So I think keep doing it. I mean, they've both been suspended now, though, by the FA, so I don't know how long they're going to be off the touchline. Don't know whether that affects how the games are going to go in the future, but bring it on, I say.
I don't know, man.
Second game of the season, and all that passion. I love that. Second game of the season, Conte's already going crazy. I love it.
I just like. Shall I be honest with you, though? I'd rather they just punched each other. It would have been. It was like handbags, man. Oh, I'm gonna hold your hand. Oh, you hold mine. Let's go and have a walk in the park together. Just hit the guy. If you're gonna get sent off properly. It's like,
you know what? Tuchel should have been sent off already. If you go outside your box, he's already in the yellow, and he ran down the whole Mourinho style pitch, man. Typical. The referee's giving the decisions to Chelsea.
I don't mind it, but if you're gonna do it properly. I mean, Omai's hit it there. It was a thumb war. Literally, they're about to have a thumb war on this. All right, so that brings us to the results. Let's have a quick look at it. Loads of people went in the draw, including you. Simple as. Shows how much faith you have in your team.
No, it shows how much knowledge I have in my team. Come on.
Pretty embarrassing. I went stupidly Spurs on this one. Nick, what the hell did you do? Oh, you went 1-1. 1-1, okay.
Not bad.
We got quite a few draws here. Draw seemed to have been the popular one. Actually, no. Spurs was the popular one. A lot of us were wrong here, unfortunately. There's some 3-2s down the bottom here. A lot of 2-1s. 1-0 from my point, and a couple of Chelsea wins. There was only 3 people who thought Chelsea would win. Interesting. I think they were odds on for this, weren't they, if I remember rightly? Okay, let's finish up the roundup with Liverpool against Crystal Palace. Nick, you hate Liverpool the most. I'll give you this to enjoy. Go on.
Look, it was funny seeing Nunes get sent off, but at the end of the day, Liverpool dominated that game. And on another day, they'd have got 3 or 4. I mean, I predicted 3, I think, something like that. So on another day, it could have been easy. That Crystal Palace rode their luck. They had a good setup. Vieira set them up with Zaha alone up front, using that pace on the counter, and they got the goal from it. And then they couldn't really get back into it. I mean, people were saying that if Nunes hadn't started, they'd have won that game comfortably. And they did start playing better the moment he got sent off.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So he's being suspended for Man U is probably not a good thing
for Man U.
Of course, typical Man U luck, man. Typical Man U luck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's bad luck because Nunes has been terrible.
They got injuries coming out their ass as well, haven't they, Liverpool?
What's funny with Nunes, though, he's starting to pattern this missed strikes, these mishit shots. I've seen a few in pre-season. He did a couple in that game against Crystal Palace. He's starting to pattern that kind of mishit shots.
Oh, you mean the Rashford shot?
Okay.
He had that one, didn't he, from the left-hand side, just to finesse it to the far, and he just completely scuffed it.
It's like he's just trying to put as much power in as possible. He's nervous. He wants to just get it in, and he's just mishitting them. So
I think we're starting to see how much they're going to miss Mane, honestly. I think Mane was just the unsung hero. He was probably their best forward overall. I know Salah scores, but Mane just makes it.
I kind of agree. I never really had Mane in that high an echelon in my mind. But now you're looking at Liverpool, they look unbalanced. And because they've never played with a tall centre forward who's stuck in and around the box. And I noticed especially from Trent, he wasn't working in the channels with Salah as much. He was looking to cross the ball in. Now, what I would say is Nunes was pulling to the far post quite well. It was his decision-making at the far post that was terrible. But Liverpool in the mud here, boys. And
I mean, the title race over. 4 points behind already.
I don't think the title race is over because Forest are only 3 points behind Man City. So we're only 1 win away from it. But I don't know... And I will say, forget the Nunes thing. That's not Liverpool's issue. And when I said this when we did a podcast 3 months ago, it's the midfield. Henderson, Fabinho, and Milner. You can't tell me Forest haven't got a better midfield than that.
They haven't got the depth. I mean, Thiago's out for at least a month, so they're going to be missing him. So they're going to have to play the youngsters in there. And then we said originally at the start of the season they need to add a bit of depth into that midfield, and they haven't done it. And then Klopp said, I think after the game, that he's not really looking to bring anyone in unless a great opportunity arises. So they're probably going to have to settle for what they've got.
But do you know what?
Oh my! Hold that thought. Oh my! Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate the support, bro. You should now have all the emotes and the channel perks. Really do appreciate it. So spam in some of the Forest emotes in for us, bro. But yeah, sorry, Mo, you were saying?
I know. I was just gonna say, okay, we can talk about Liverpool as much as we want, but do you know what? Palace are solid, and Vieira's got them in a good shape at the moment. I mean, their fitness levels are so high. They're strong. They're fast. They're compact. They've got that Anderson guy who's solid as well. Zaha was looking. Do you know what? Eze as well. That touch.
Eze's good. I saw a lot of him when he was that. Yeah.
I mean, he was injured a lot last year, so he could be quite pivotal to them this week.
Zaha should have scored at least one more.
You know what I was going to say? They could have even nicked it at the end. Zaha, if he just went with his left foot instead of his right on that cross. But I mean, Palace have played Arsenal and Liverpool now, 2 really hard games out of the way, and they performed decently on both. I would say. Second half of the Arsenal game, they dominated, and they obviously had a decent chance at Liverpool here. So I think Palace will do really well. They'll probably finish top 10.
I won't get that far ahead of yourself with them.
I don't know, man.
It's a striker. I think they're missing someone a bit more clinical to take them Zaha chances. But you're right. He's got himself really well, and he seems to know what he's doing. So I put him.
Eze, who when he was at, I think it was QPR before, wasn't it? We saw a lot of him in the Championship with Forest, so I rated him highly. But I just read the chat. Omai said, I did it just for this emote. It's a lovely emote. Owani. We will be adding a lot more emotes maybe this week as well. So keep an eye out for that, the members on the channel. So that's the games done. Now the bit these guys have all been waiting for is the leaderboard. And the promise I made that if someone could beat the three of us, we will give away to that person the lovely, the beautiful, personalized Nottingham Forest water bottle. If you want one for yourself and you had a crap week, the link for it is in the description below. I'll get one of my mods to chuck it into the chat as well, if they'd be kind enough to do that now. But let's go and have a look at the leaderboard and let's see how it's sitting firstly overall, and then we'll have a look at it for round 2. So that is round 2 actually. No, this is overall. So, Twist, you've been dethroned, mate.
Bad week in the office for me.
Southpaw Red. We got Southpaw Red in the chat. Southpaw Red. He's not actually, Nick. You're level on points. 26.5 plays 25.5. You're a point behind. So Southpaw Red, well done, bro. You got, how many points did he get this week? I can't.
Gonna be a spoiler.
Wait, what? I can't read this. What's going on? It's weird. There we go. This is what I want for the week. Now, this is the one for the week. Actually, let's finish through the leaderboard. That's a spoiler there. So we've got Twist in second. Simple as you're fourth. RB, you're up to third. Well done. I'm in 6th place, upper position. Red Dog is half a point behind me. And the rest of you guys are all there. Don't forget, if you haven't joined, join now. The link's tagged to the chat. It's so much fun to do. And we've got, who's got Tyler's got the wooden spoon for the week. Tyler, what is going on, bro? What is going on? What's interesting though, for the prize today, we have a tie between Red Dog and RB. Now, are they both in the chat or not? I don't know. But what I'll do, I've planned for this. And we're going to spin the wheel and see which one of them wins the prize. But let's just have a quick look at the points overall. Who finished bottom this week? Tyler again, 2.5 points. You can't see it just behind me there. Sweet Cheeks was on 4 points. Any standouts there? Sway, what's going on, bro? 6 points. My mod is not doing well. Twist, 9.5. Poor week, Nick. Poor week.
Saturday screwed me. Should have backed Man Utd.
I had 12.5. Do you know what? Sunday screwed me. Or was it Sunday? It's the draws that screwed me. How did you get 4 points? It's because it will auto give you points so you're not miles behind. It will average you out. Yeah, Ryan's gone quiet. Okay, so I don't know if these two are in the chat. So what we're going to do for a bit of fun, I'm going to press the wrong button for a start. We're going to see who wins it with an old school wheel of... Oh, for God's sake, press. Wheel of Fortune. So, I put them both in there in a respin, just in case, just to make it a bit more fun. Let me just reposition it so you guys can see it a little better. There we go. All right, guys. Drum roll, please. I should have prepared a drum roll. For the Forest bottle, as DJ Tone tips us £1, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the support. Let's spin that wheel. Is it RB or is it gonna be Red Dog? It's RB55. Well done, bro. Well done and congratulations to you. Right, what I'll say, you have until tomorrow to drop me a DM on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, please go ahead and follow. Drop me a DM. Let me know what you want on the bottle. And also, let me know the number you want on the bottle. For those of you who have not seen the beautiful bottle, let me bring it up for you. I do want to leave YouTube. Thank you. This is what she looks like. The link is in the description below. You just go in there. You select your surname and the name that you want on it, and it is a lovely bottle. My one is in the post as well, so make sure if you do want to grab one, go hit that link now. But congratulations to RB55, bro. We will probably do another giveaway for next week as well, so make sure you're registered in the league. and we'll come up with some fun prizes on it. Okay, I think that covers everything off. I just want to finish off by thanking DJ again for the tip, oh my, for joining the membership. Guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, it is 99p down below. Click the join button down below. We will be back on Thursday in terms of this mini series that we're doing for the Premier League, to do a preview for the matches up ahead. It's either Thursday or Friday. The Sunday match for Forest has screwed up all the timetable for this. So, and apart from that, we'll be back tomorrow with the Forest news. This close, guys, this close. It's incoming. Can you believe it? And then following that, we might do a phone-in tomorrow night and get your views, the Forest fans' views now. I don't care about the rest of the Prem player teams. We're going to be talking to my fellow Reds. So we'll get a phone-in call going in. We'll get you guys on and get your opinions on everything good at Forest. So thank you for watching today, guys. Don't forget, if you don't mind, to leave a like on the video before you shoot off. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Go check the merch store out. I've got these on order. I can't wait for them to come in. I'll be wearing them and showing it to you. My favorite is going to be the In Cooper We Trust, with the big man with his thumbs up there. But there's loads of good merch there, and we'll be adding a lot more. So thank you guys for watching. From me, it's goodbye. From the other two, I think they've disappeared anyway. And we will catch you on tomorrow's video. Come on, you Reds!